If you have a home gym or you're thinking of building one, I'm going to show you the 6 things that you absolutely need to have to just make your life so much simpler and enjoy your equipment that much faster. Let's go. What's up guys, Kyle with HypertroFit.com, the best place to design your home gym and develop your training program. Today we're covering home gym essentials that are not equipment related. This is the stuff that you want to have on hand to build your equipment, to maintain it, and to move it. These are things that I have acquired over the last 6 years that I've had a home gym, and I can tell you that my workflow in terms of getting new equipment in or out, keeping things maintained or moved around in this space is significantly different than when I first started. The first thing on my list of essentials is something that will allow you to build your equipment significantly faster, and that is an electric ratchet wrench. So what's amazing about this is that just like you would expect from a power drill that can help you tighten and untighten things much more quickly, this does the exact same thing, except it does it in the form factor of a ratchet wrench. And you can also use it manually, so you don't even necessarily need to use the battery to tighten things on and off. That can be incredibly beneficial because while it might be just fine to use a typical drill on, say, a power rack that doesn't have a ton of tight crevices or openings, if you're building a more intricate piece, you might not be able to fit the drill into every single section, and so you're going to need a ratchet wrench to get in there anyways, and you might as well have some power behind it so that now you're not even having to manually ratchet it. You can just let the battery do the work. And the beautiful part about this too is that if you are needing to over tighten something, or if you have something that is over tightened that the battery can't unwind on itself, because it works like a regular ratchet wrench, you can manually get torque on that yourself and unwind anything that you do with it. So this is such a powerful tool. I don't even use my drill when it comes to screwing things in and putting things together. It all goes through my electric ratchet. And building off of this, I'm not giving it its own category, but I also keep multiple sets of sockets around so that I can have multiple sets of ratchet wrenches in addition to my electric one set up for whatever equipment that I'm building if it's using multiple sizes of hardware, which for a lot of machines is very common. You might not see that on a power rack, but if you're building a leg press or a leg extension or a multi-flight, a lot of these machines are using different pieces of hardware depending on the components that you're connecting. Number 2 on the list is in that same vein of building things. One of the most common things that is included with builds are Allen wrenches, and they are a pain to use. It's one of my least favorite things about any equipment build. And the way that you can get around that is with some Allen wrench bits for your drill. So that's where the drill does come in, and I do use this thing plenty. Instead of having to break your hands on every single little Allen key, you can just buy the metric and the imperial sets so that you can pop these in the drill and screw in any Allen key bolts that you have for any piece of equipment. It's going to save you a ton of time, and it's going to save your hands quite a bit of pain. Number 3 on the list is something that was very relevant to me very recently, and that is the heavy duty furniture dolly. Now this set of 4 that I have, I got from Amazon and was a lifesaver when it came to rearranging my equipment down here. So if you didn't pre-plan your build in GymSmith and already know exactly where everything went, you built it in its place and it's perfect. If it's not like that and you actually need to move some very heavy pieces around without taking it all down, taking it apart, and then rebuilding it in the new place, that's what these are for. These, in this particular set, support over 4,000 pounds. I was able to put the quad send prior to loading it up with all the plates and whatnot on these and move it into place after I built it out, because some of the steps require that you build it away from the wall. So being able to do that and then just easily push it in place because I have these heavy duty furniture dollies makes all the world of difference. If I didn't have this, it would have been possible, but it would have sucked. And then not to mention moving some of the other stuff around, the multi-flight and whatnot, the leg extension, those have 220, 250 pound weight stacks on them, on top of the machine being hundreds of pounds. It would not have been fun. I was able to do that all by myself by simply wedging the machine onto the dollies, leveraging side by side until you get all 4 underneath of it, and then from there you can just push it around wherever you want. These are absolutely incredible. They're not super expensive. I want to say it was 60, 70 bucks for this set of 4, and they are basically indestructible. So if you are constantly moving equipment around or you got new stuff coming in, you definitely want these because it's going to make your life so much easier. Number 4 on the list is specifically if you have machinery with guide rods, and that is a large can of WD-40 silicone spray. This is what you use to lube up the guide rods. You can also use it on pulleys or other machines that involve a bunch of different moving parts to keep things feeling smooth. Over time, they build up, wear down, and that grime can get into those different pulley points and joints. And by keeping them lubed up with the silicone spray, they continue to feel as good as the day that you put them together. This, being as large as this is, lasts me forever. I've had this for a year. I think I've used maybe 1/10 of it, and I have a lot of machines down here. This is something that I typically use maybe once a month, every other month, depending on how the machines, pulleys, whatnot are feeling, and it just keeps everything feeling crisp and brand new. Number 5 on my list is for cleaning, and that's specifically for my floors. This is my automatic electric mop, and what's amazing about this thing is that when it turns on, the wheels on each side spin independently and they actually pull this forward. So instead of having to take a traditional mop and drag it everywhere and deal with a bunch of different water pooling up in various places, this just has a spray nozzle. It has a nice loadable cartridge for the water and soap mixture on the front. You do have to plug this one in. I'm sure there are some wireless ones, but I haven't really had much of an issue, and I have plenty of different outlets down here. But it allows me to keep this place clean, keep the floors from building up a bunch of dirt and grime, and because it glides over the rubber, it makes cleaning this place much easier than if I was using a traditional mop. And the final thing, number 6 on my list for essentials in a home gym, is a good set of carabiners, and a bunch of them. So this is your typical carabiner that comes with a lot of basic equipment. Some will be bigger, some will be better, but a lot of times you're gonna have a very basic carabiner. What sucks about these is they're small, so they're very hard to get on and off, especially with larger attachments. And then my least favorite part is that most of these are actually sharp in these attachment points in the keyhole there. Whereas with the carabiners that I prefer, and these are just off of Amazon, Supology. I bought these years ago. I bought a ton of them. I absolutely love them. They're bigger, so you can see what the size difference is here. But then what I like even more about them is that the interior of this connection point is actually smooth. So you're not going to cut yourself. You're not going to catch anything on the edge of this. And they just go on really nicely. They're super strong and much easier to manipulate with various cable attachments or other things that you rig up. You're going to find plenty of reasons to use carabiners to hook things onto all kinds of equipment, whether it's storage, whether that's actual exercises, and having something that is much more robust and less painful to use makes a big difference. So I was going to stop at 6, but I do want to mention one more kind of honorable mention. If you live in a basement and you have a lot of concrete around, having a rotary hammer drill to be able to go through that concrete and mount things on the wall makes a big difference. So this guy is about as heavy duty as they come. It goes into the concrete like butter. Everything that you see mounted down here is directly into the concrete through that insulation. So that has been a major part of why I can even have anything on the walls. And wall storage is a huge part of having a good, clean home gym. So there are a couple different bonuses for you, but those are my most important, biggest essentials for owning a home gym, making your life easier, building equipment, moving it, cleaning it, maintaining it. I would love to know what you guys think, what you are using. If there's anything that I missed in here, let me know in the comments, because I'm always trying to up my game on the tools that make my life easier and make my home gym better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you again in the next one.